Good afternoon. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News. A Silverthorne woman was seriously injured yesterday morning when she was thrown from a car on I-70 at Vail Pass. State Patrol confirms she was riding with 3 others, including 2 women from Dillon. The driver spun out and rolled the vehicle, landing on its side. The Silverthorne woman was not wearing a seatbelt and ejected. The other 3 women were belted in. They sustained minor to moderate injuries. All 4 were hospitalized. Drugs, alcohol, and speed were not considered factors. Road conditions yesterday were extremely variable. Vehicular manslaughter suspect Lucas Wertman has less than 2 months to make a plea. He is accused of killing 1 and injuring 3 in a drunken crash in Blue River this June. A judge today told him he must enter a plea by January 4th. The judge said this case has already been delayed too long by testing backlogs. I-70 is revving back up to ski season. Nearly 104,000 cars traveled the tunnels Friday into Sunday, busier than the previous weekend, slower than the same time last year. This was the first weekend in 3 weeks that traffic passed the 100,000 mark. The previous 3 weekends were 15% slower, averaging 88,400 cars. State Patrol troopers made 7 DUI arrests over the weekend during a pre-holiday surge between Frisco and Glenwood. That is nearly 1 in 5 drivers suspected of DUI. Others were busted for speeding, weaving, and distracted driving. Avalanche danger could be changing with the new snow. The east end of the county is getting the goods today, 4 inches and counting at Loveland and Keystone. A basin is sitting in the donut with half as much. In sports, the Nuggets play the Pistons at 5 tonight. The Avalanche face the Predators at 6. It has been one hell of a ride for American downhiller Sam Morse.
I wasn't actually on the U.S. team last year. I was paying my own way, tuning my own skis, doing it all myself.
The outlook was grim. His funds were drained. He considered giving up skiing for a, quote, real job.
To dig at 27 years old deep into your pockets like that is definitely a gut check of whether or not I really wanted it.
But facing the end of his career pushed him to his best. He earned his first World Cup top 10, and with it, an invite back to the U.S. team.
All those thoughts of self-doubt, like you can put those aside. You do belong here, and yeah, it's a feeling that I wish everyone could experience because it's pretty ecstatic.
Morse is at Copper this week with the rest of the U.S. speed skiers, training for this season's first World Cup, Birds of Prey at Beaver Creek.
It combines all the elements. It has flats, it has really steep technical turns, it has big jumps. In order to win here, you gotta be like really well-rounded.
A podium or even a top 10 there at Beaver Creek would keep him on track to crush his season goal.
Kind of a stretch goal would be to get a top 5 this year, which would be really huge. I definitely think that's possible.
Birds of Prey World Cup is in 2 weeks, starting December 1st. And in local sports, hockey season opened with big wins for the Breckenridge Vipers, 17-1 and 15-1 over Rock Springs. The Vipers are playing again in 2 weeks for the Vail Yeti. Tomorrow morning is race 2 of the A-Basin Rise and Shine Rando Series on a tentative course all the way to the top. Check-in starts at 6 a.m. Racers leave at 7. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.